Hey everyone, this is Stacy, and I am the Director of SF Johnson Family and Community Services here today to give you some information on how to deal with those public schools out there and your rights and the rights that you have as a parent. And we're going to go over these 15 rights and kind of give my opinion on how to approach those things, and we hope you will join our family at sfjfamilyservices.org, where we make it our mission to wake up Black leadership in this country and ask them what in the hell is going on and what are they doing. So today, let me give you some information on how you should approach your child's education. If you happen to be in a public school, if you happen to be in the public school system, you have rights, which, they want to make us think we have no rights when it comes to our children, but we do. Okay, so let's give some background information. Is it legal for a teacher to spank your child? Should creationism be taught? Regardless of immigration status, does a child have a right to a free public education? And finding all of those answers in today's system where, as Black people, we feel that we are the last of the races for some reason in this country to get our needs addressed. And so, should you even look to the federal government, to educate your child, And so we must understand at the founding of this country, the founding fathers did not claim federal authority over public education. Okay, they left that responsibility to the states back in 1791. They passed off that responsibility of teaching the reading and writing and arithmetic and basically discipline to the 14 states. Think about what states made up the United States in 1791 and how interested those states would have been in educating your Black child. Yes, there is a Department of Education in DC. Yes, there is. But if you go to the website, it freely and clearly admits that education is primarily a state and local responsibility. And so when it comes to your Black child, and when it comes to Black children and to Black people, we need to understand this is our responsibility to train, to teach, to bring up our own children. If we don't know by now, when will we know? So, the Constitution does give us some rights, and so I want to let you know what those are. Okay. Right number 1. The right to a free education. Okay, so here in America, every child is entitled to a free public education in the United States. However, there may be certain expenses that parents still have to pay. Like when my kids were growing up, I don't know, at some point the buses used to be free. Then they stopped being free. Okay, so things like that. You'll need to investigate your state, and I'm talking to parents in all 50 states. Okay. And here in California, California's Bill AB 1575 list which services are free and which ones are not. And that's here in the state of California. So for most schools, for example, lunches, may be free unless they qualify. They may have to qualify for free lunch and participation in some groups. It really depends on state to state. But the idea of a free education. That is the first of the rights that are granted to you and your family, and it's free. Number 2, all children have the right to a free education. Okay, so regardless of the fact that you are an immigrant, they cannot discriminate. Okay, this means that you and your child's immigration status is irrelevant. Okay, and it is not the school's business. That's the thing. It is not the school's business. Your child has the right to receive receive an education is a legal right without fear of deportation or discrimination. Let me say that again. Your child has the legal right. That's number 2. We're gonna break it down. You see my music coming in. It makes it so much more fun, isn't it nicer? Okay, number 2. Your child has the legal right to receive an education without fear of deportation or discrimination. You don't have to present a green card, a visa, a passport, alien registration number, social security number, or any other proof of citizenship or immigration status to get your child enrolled. It is unlawful. Again, it is unlawful for the school to ask for proof of citizenship. And if they do, you don't have to answer. Okay, and keep in mind that if you are consistently hassled, Florida, it is a violation of federal law. Okay? And so, if you need assistance in that case, you can contact your school's district officials, an attorney, even the Office of Civil Rights for the United States, and the Department of Education. And that number is 800-421-3481, or the ACLU. Okay? Don't let them bully you or your child. You don't have to show no proof. Florida, Texas, Alabama, Kentucky. Right, number 3. The right to be free from discrimination. The U.S. Constitution guarantees equal treatment to everybody, including public school students. You have the right to demand the education you believe your child needs. Again, you have the right to demand, okay? Millennials, don't let them keep you from getting the education your black son needs. And no, he's not autistic, okay? The highest rate of children in America that are always given that status or given some kind of stigma is a black boy. Again, you have the right to demand the education you believe your child needs. If you think your child is unfairly on a slow track, again, black mothers, if you think your child is unfairly on a slow track, I just had to have a conversation with this person this week. Oh, we need to get him tested for autism. I mean, autism's been around a long time. We know autistic children are antisocial. This is the most social kid in Sacramento. Stop, okay? Quit trying to put a label on every one of our black sons just because they're different. Everybody's different. I mean, my kids are in their 30s now. Same thing with those black boys. No. Okay? Just because they not all, medicated the way you want to medicate it, something must be wrong with them. No. So, again, right, number 3. If you think your child is unfairly on a slow track and is being excluded from even college preparatory classes due to what you know to be, and we've seen it all over the place, racial or class stereotypes. Because, some places in the South, they just don't think you just can't possibly do this because of the color of your skin. But when we come back from summer break, I'm going to try to look the same color as you, though, bro. You can challenge every one of those placements, those slow track, that you can challenge all of that. And even if your daughter isn't allowed into classes like, the male classes, lady in construction right here for 14 years, okay? If your daughter isn't allowed in classes like wood shop or auto shop because of her, quote, gender, that's illegal. If she is prevented from attending a class, a graduation, or other activities, because even if she's pregnant, that violates her constitutional rights as well. And girls have the right to receive equal athletic opportunities. Let's get it. If your student is gay, okay, they have the right to take a same-sex date to the prom. The South. Okay? It's a battle in many areas, but you have that right. Okay? If they have a disability, like deafness, they have the right to have this accommodated with sign language or any other form of assistance. If you have a transgender child, the issue gets a little more complicated with recent The South-based movements and U.S. Department of Education developments, which state they might have the right to use a bathroom that corresponds to their gender identity. They might have the right, depending on the state, the South, okay? This song seems really appropriate for this. Okay, so let's put that little right to use the bathroom that corresponds to your gender identity shit away. That exists in 19 states plus DC. Okay, and in more than 200 municipalities. Okay, and we can provide guidance on that if you so choose. Let us know at sfjfamilyservices.org, but we don't put yuck on anybody's yum. All right, number 4. We got 15 of these. You gonna be able to make it through all 15? I have a class coming up, so we might have to cut it short at number 5 and break it off 3 at a time, because we're having way too much fun. All right, number 4. The right to learn English and to get translation services in school. So that kind of goes with, you got the right, no matter where you're from, to be taught in our beautiful country, okay? So yes, in 1974, the Supreme Court decided in Lau versus Nichols that the public education system must provide English language instruction, because failure to do this keeps children from fully participating in school and violates the Civil Rights Act of the wonderful, harmonious year of 1964. Yeah. Okay. So if you and your child aren't fluent, and remember, we're talking all 50 states. You're not fluent in English because of your native tongue, in Spanish, Cantonese, Arabic, Cherokee, or one of the other 350 languages spoken in America's melting pot, You have the right, except for the ones they stole from us. But you have the right to ask for an interpreter and the right to have lessons and homework assignments translated into a language your child understands. That's so beautiful. Okay, many states with a high percentage of non-English speakers, like here in the wonderful state of California. California is 29%, Texas is 18%, offer English as a second language and bilingual programs to assist immigrant children. All right, so one thing about immigration and studies of countries and the current situation that they're in, and they're so, I don't even know if you can call China racist because they only think one race exists, their own. And so they don't allow other people to come in. Well, because of that, their population is declining. And they say the only thing that helps a declining population is what? Immigration. Like we've practiced since our founding, and then they use it to pit us against each other. But immigration, if we did not have immigration, our country would be done for. So we're going to try to educate the good people of America before the next election, because they're just hoping you're just as dumb and stupid, and really not that you're dumb and stupid, that you don't care enough to do something about anything. But we know from our music that is not the case. Okay, so you got that right, number 4, to learn English and to get translation services in school. Now, we're going to end at number 5. And this, I think, is the most important one, and we're going to end it here with a bang. Number 5 is the right to be safe in school. Come on, bros. See, this is why we have the Black Pact, because, okay, our kids aren't safe in school. So if it's right, number 5, what the hell's fucking going on? Many states' laws require schools to provide a safe and supportive learning environment. With a school safety plan, your school's principal has designed. So you're supposed to have a principal out there that's designing your safety plan. Civil rights laws are in place to protect students from bullying at all federally funded schools. Kids are being bullied by AKs. Teachers and fellow students cannot harass your children about their race, national origin, color, sex, disability, ethnicity, or religion. If your child is victimized, you can notify the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Civil Rights and the U.S. Department of Justice. Well, you know what? They're being bullied by the simple fact that they go to school in fear every day. And if we have a right to be safe in school, we have a right to not get shot at school. Okay, if a student makes the school an unsafe environment by carrying a weapon or explosive, starting fights, robbing students, selling drugs, or sexually assaulting classmates, you have a right to ask for the suspension or expulsion of the student. Keep that in mind, that that's the least of the student's worries when he goes to school. However, paragraph number 2, safety from physically abusive teachers isn't guaranteed. What? However, safety from physically abusive teachers isn't guaranteed. Remarkably, corporal punishment is allowed in 19 states despite the American Psychological Association's condemnation. 19 states, y'all. Wondering why they messing with your kids? I'm sure there are southern states. Let's take a look. That'll be the next shit. What? Corporal punishment generally refers to paddling. Teachers are not permitted to choke. Oh, well, thanks. Just they leave that for the cops. Oh, Jesus. We're going to end at number 5, and then we're going to find out what 19 states let strangers put their hands on your children. And you can't, in most cases, here in California. Oh, Jesus, help us on Easter. Teachers are not permitted to choke, punch, slam children against a wall, or cause injury that requires medical attention beyond first aid. If they do, they may be suspended or arrested. Oh, but wait. You're leaving out a lot there on the be safe at school part, number 5. Yeah. Little Tommy can't kick the crap out of Annie. Hey, but the teacher, as long as we need a little less than a hospital visit in 19 states, it's all good. No. All right, so that is 5 of the 15 right. So I don't know if that last one's an actual right. Parents have or may not really have, depending on what state you live in. So come back for parts 2 and 3. And very interesting. Give us your thoughts. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell notification, because Lord have mercy, we gotta do it and figure this shit out. And make sure you join the Black Pack, the Political Action Committee, where we ask everybody black in Washington, what the hell are you doing? Have a good rest of your weekend, and please return.